It's the week of Wednesday, June 18th through Tuesday, June 24th. In case you haven't heard, we're in a time of enormous global and historical change right now. And it's kind of terrifying, especially if you are just out there by yourself and only getting your news from the major media outlets. Yeah, it's pretty scary. So, when and not if we get discouraged and fearful, because it happens to me on and off, and I can see that everything's going to be okay in the end, and I still get really scared and freaked out from time to time. And I have all the faith in the astrology, right? It's still terrifying, but it's all going to be okay in a few years. It's just a matter of getting through all this garbage in between. When we start to feel like things are beyond hope, remember to focus on loving yourself. And maybe that sounds a little counterintuitive, but hear me out. Part of what's going on right now is powered by where our hearts want to go, by being not afraid, by knowing that the universe is putting the wind in our sails, moving towards the same goal as us. We haven't seen astrology like this in over 100 years, and in this combination, we haven't seen it ever. Part of it rhymes with the French Revolution, and another part of it rhymes with the American Revolution, and another part is the Civil War. And I just want to impress upon you, remember who won all those conflicts and smile. Don't let politics scare you. What we're doing right now is the pendulum is swinging so far to the right that when it comes back the other way, it's going to get stuck on the ceiling, right? Embedded in the ceiling and get stuck there. It's going to be a major permanent change that we've been kind of nibbling at over the centuries. None of us knows what's going to happen between now and then, but our confidence in moving forward is going to help us get the most progressive change out of everything that's going to unfold. This week, we're moving away from the tension of the Mars-Uranus square that brought us things like the Israel bombing Iran, and that's still going. That aspect is still in orb. The military parade versus joyful protest, and the crazy overaggression of sending troops to quell a peaceful protest. That's all Mars square Uranus. We're getting past the Jupiter square Saturn transit, which I also see reflected in the parade versus protest, speaking the joyful truth to power. And this week we've got a whole other bunch of transits. First off, we've got the Sun squaring Saturn. This is a first quarter square, and so we're being tested. It's a square, and this is like our path coming up against the difficulties that make us wonder if we have made the right choice, if we're making the right choice. We've got to work out the pros and cons, the reward versus the difficulty, and we're going to be stuck in the same spot till we figure that out and we can move forward. What plan are you working on that's getting some pushback? Pushback may be related to a structure like of time or authority, or the authority of time, which kind of comes out as that's the way we've always done it, that that crap that drives autistic people like me nuts. There has to be a reason. Remember that Saturn gives us difficulties to teach us things that we need to learn, teach us lessons, and to make us sure of our convictions. And when we survive Saturn's test, he loves us all the more. If we can impress Saturn always leaves a gift in the end. We always get a little we struggle through something and then there's ding, here's your prize. So that's going to come out of this struggle. With Neptune in natural first house Aries, the baby goat energy, ready to go. And Jupiter, super happy to be in emotional Cancer. We're examining the emotional truth of what we're trying to bring forward. This is a first quarter square also, so it's a crisis of action. And we're asking ourselves if we are moving along in the right direction. Is this what we want to do? And individually, this is a great place for us to be. It's highlighting how important it is for us to love ourselves and to use the self-confidence that comes with that self-love to fuel the powerful changes that we need to make right now. Mars in conjunct to Saturn and Neptune. That is a crunchy one. This is concerning me because the inconjunct aspect is about self-criticism and not feeling ready to make the leap. It's the insecure side of the inconjunct, and insecurity makes people do wild things. Saturn and Neptune are almost polar opposites. Like Saturn is it's structure versus fog, it's matter versus spirit, it's time versus eternity, it's restriction versus the all. And as this energy overlaps one to the next, as that it's going between, it's going to feel even more unstable, even more uncertain. And when Mars is uncertain, he's unpredictable. And that I find that troubling. Lord knows how this is going to show up in the wider world. But for us mortals, be alert for self-defeating behaviors. Too much rigidity or too much flexibility. Be sure to consider things before you act and make sure we're not going to extremes. But let's not quit moving ahead because we're feeling a little insecure inside. We can follow our brains and change our path, you know? But it's good that we are examining these things. Mars is going to sextile Jupiter exact on the 22nd. And this might make it easy for people to push things too far. It would be an excellent preventative measure for us to get all of that energy of Mars out of our system by doing things that Mars likes to do. Like if you normally exercise and walk, then try throwing some skipping in there or jogging or get those walking sticks that scare the shit out of my dogs. Like amp it up a notch so you can like wring that Mars energy out of yourself. That will help your brain to calm down and not want to fly off the handle. If you're not into exercise, or even if you are, like put on some music and dance. That is a really great way to get that Mars energy out without hurting anybody. You got to work your body and get it out of your system. The sex is a good thing to do as well. The moon moves into Taurus on Friday, and the sun at the same time, well, near the same time, is going to be moving into Cancer. The sun is going to conjunct Jupiter on June 24th, and that's going to feel good, you know, like we're going to feel it's going to put a spring in our step. But it might also bring out the overbearing jerkiness. So avoid your overbearing jerks. Now let's check out what's going to happen with the moon throughout the week and how we're going to feel day by day.